We look at aviation as a compelling career choice for females in South Africa. Leigh Kretzschmar is the first female managing director for private aviation company Fireblade Aviation. She is a registered chartered accountant with extensive experience as a finance executive with a proven track record of establishing cross-functional partnerships that have delivered stellar results to Fireblade Aviation, which is focused on growth and expansion. Fireblade Aviation is a world-class operation providing a spectrum of aviation services and is a fixed base operation located near OR Tambo International Airport in Gauteng, catering to both leisure and business travel. Now, she joins us for more on this conversation as we close off for Women's Month. Leigh Kretzschmar, thank you so much for joining us here on the late edition. Of course, when you look at the aviation sector, it was something that many women, could not even dream about a career in.
Hi, Mbali. Yes, I think the aviation industry has definitely been a largely male-dominated industry for many years. And it's time for a change, and we're excited to be part of that.
And aviation, one would say that is a career choice for South Africa's upcoming generation, would you say?
I think there's, within aviation, there's such a diverse range of career options, whether it's engineering, whether it's engineering technicians, pilots, to professionals like myself within the aviation space. So there's such a wide variety that I think it's an exciting area for young professionals to enter.
And would you say, it is slowly an industry that is starting to take women more seriously, especially those who want to take up a career in that space?
Yeah, definitely. Within Fireblade itself, we've seen such a remarkable improvement in the number of females within our business itself. But unfortunately, we need to see more of that within the industry, not just within Fireblade, which is why we recently hosted our Girls in Aviation networking event, which was a partnership with the Netherlands Aviation Consulting Company, who's a division of Royal Haskoen and DHV.
And what has been the reception, of many young people? I mean, you talk about this initiative in which you conducted, to just sort of try and get more young girls to be in the aviation space. What has been their reception to the aviation sector?
Look, I think ultimately, the aviation sector is in need of innovation. What we're very aware of is that the ecosystem of the aviation industry demands fresh talent. We want to foster an environment where we're seeing new ideas take flight, where we're seeing technology advance, where we're seeing safety standards refine, and ultimately enhance the overall efficiency of the aviation sector. But we need the youth to help us drive that. We need young ideas, we need fresh talent, and we think that young minds enable that innovative thinking.
What goes into carving a career, especially for a woman and young people in the aviation sector? Surely it's something that's not easy. I mean, I've been told that, you need, the subjects like maths and science to take up a career in the aviation sector. So when trying to carve a career in that sector, what is needed, for somebody who has looked into the sector and says, well, I think it's attractive to me?
Look, I think what's definitely needed is more enthusiasm and more investment into STEM earlier on in schooling, which is why, we're supportive of encouraging STEM within schoolings, encouraging girls and the youth to stick with the science, stick with the maths, stick with the technology subject at schooling to make sure that they have these options available. And also by making sure that we're engaging in these communities with professionals within aviation to be able to show them our experiences, and hope that by giving them our experience, by them seeing what's available for aviation, within aviation, they're more encouraged to enter that. Because ultimately, the more youth we have coming into the industry, the more different ideas we have coming in. You know, it's a key part of Fireblade. It's key for us to move this industry forward.
And perhaps if you can just tell us about yourself then, Leigh, you know, has this been a fulfilling career, you know, when you decided to take up a career in the aviation space?
It's been incredibly fulfilling. You know, firstly, I'm passionate about diversity and inclusion, and I'm proud to work for an organization that supports that. You know, I believe that diversity and inclusion not only is the right thing to do, but it drives more successful business. And by having more diverse people at the table, we have a diversity of ideas, which therefore drives improved solutions and drives innovation. And Fireblade has been a company that has supported that, and we've seen that in the change we've seen in Fireblade over the last few years by the number of women coming in. So it's been incredibly enriching for me to be part of that. You know, Fireblade is the only aviation partner of the Long Run, which is a global membership organization of nature-based tourism, but specifically focused on this concept of holistic sustainability. And that's the idea that sustainability isn't simply about commercial, it's about making sure that you consider the culture, you consider the community, and you consider conservation as well. So for me, it's been a very fulfilling career so far.
And what is your advice to a young woman out there who's looking at this interview and is like, oh, one day, you know, I want to be in the aviation space? What would be your advice to young people who you say need to take up the space?
My first advice would be to make sure that they're having the conversations with their educators and their teachers on making sure that they're making the right subject choices early on. I think that's where we lose most of specifically the youth and young girls in the aviation sector. So making sure that they're having the right subject choices and then doing what they can to try and network and connect within the aviation industry to start building up more knowledge of the industry and building a network that can help broaden their overeducation in the space.
Leigh Kretzschmar, thank you so much for your time here on the late edition.